important to treat people how you want to be treated. Don't be an asshole.
Man, more and more stuff just keeps coming out with this Ricky Carmichael, Daniel Blair thing. I already made one initial video about all this, and since then a lot more stuff has happened and come out. So what I want to do today is make a video just kind of compiling everything in order and putting it all together in one place for you guys. But before we get into that, I just want to make a quick disclaimer. This video is not going to make Ricky look very good. Obviously, we all kind of know that. But the point of me making this video is not to try to make him look bad, but just to kind of put it all in one place as far as everything that's happened and what we know so far. I want you guys to keep in mind that we haven't really heard anything as far as Ricky Carmichael's side of the story. And while you can't really argue that he probably could have handled certain things better and said or not said certain things better, at the end of the day, there's always two sides to every story. And while I think you guys have every right to be upset and express your opinion, I really don't think that we need to be making these violent or hateful comments, really. All right, so I do quickly need to give you guys some brief context to where we're picking up here. Daniel Blair is on his show talking about this Houston intro where the truck put up the wrong graphic and it caused Ricky to have a bad intro. This ended up having them have a sit down and basically tell Daniel he needs to restructure the way that he's asking questions and put him in a smaller box. That caused the next show that they did together in Oakland to not be very good, which subsequently caused everybody to go online and destroy Ricky Carmichael. And then that obviously left a bad taste in his mouth. And then the next round after Oakland, which was in Arlington, we saw this whole thing where he went on Blair's breakdown and really attacked Daniel Blair.
Houston was up next, my only back-to-back, and RC's opener on camera was terrible. And I noticed right away how pissed he was. And I thought it was over the graphic. The truck put up the wrong graphic in the opener, and I was pissed, like, come on.
How he responds because his back
So
is
there's the wrong graphic.
It's going to be fun to see. Going to watch the best athletes in the world ride these motorcycles and try to bring down the champion.
Now the 250 class is split in between an East and West region, two separate championships. They do race each other twice a year, but tonight kicks off the very first round of the 2023 250 East Coast Championship in RC. There are 5 riders in the field who have won Supercrosses, but no championships. This thing's wide open.
It sure is. So those guys you're looking at right there, they aren't, like you said, aren't racing any guys that have won a championship. So it's a free-for-all. Any of these guys have a chance to win their first major championship of their career, and it's about to be set right now.
Yeah, and it's about to kick off too.
Terrible show. It was the worst one ever for me. I mean, go back and watch. I tried so hard to do what they asked, and it just sucked. He said, bro, wait until you see the comments. And I get to the hotel, and the comments were very positive for me, really positive, and terrible for RC.
All right, so now we're going to get into the meat of the drama where Ricky comes up to Daniel Blair during Blair's breakdown. We have Daniel Blair's take on what happened, as well as the actual footage of it happening. And then we also have some added context as far as Ricky Carmichael and the footage of him actually almost hitting the boat. And then we have him actually saying that, generally speaking, he would refer to him as hitting the boat, even though he never actually did hit the boat on a podcast. And then after this, we have a lot more to get into with some of the new stuff that's coming out. So make sure you guys stick around for that.
And he walks up to me on my show. It was the first time I spoke to him since Oakland, and the first time since the fans really, really ripped into him. And he was with a bunch of VIPs on a tour, and I was thinking it was gonna be good. He's funny, but this was different. There was people around, and he smacked me up pretty good. I tried to soften it up. I played back. I made the boat joke.
Was it in this this stadium that you hit the boat? Or was that other stadium?
Almost hit the boat. Get your facts right.
I thought that my left side handlebar hit it, but I never did. But I still say, like, yeah.
Yeah, I hit the boat.
Yeah, that's right.
He hit the boat. He hit the boat.
But he made 2 bad jokes, and he called me the fans' toy.
Chosen one. You're the fans' favorite toy.
I care about the fans. They meant everything to me. He said that in front of fans and clowned me, and then took a shot at my career, which stings pretty bad, honestly. I regret my racing career, all of it.
Let's go watch some old video of Daniel Blair racing Supercross, and whatever he does, you want to do the exact opposite.
Tell me where I can go where I won't interfere with your tour.
How about like out in the parking lot?
All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is all the negative comments that Ricky's receiving all throughout social media. So we did kind of cover that in depth in the last video. I'm not going to go through all of the comments, but what I want to draw your guys' attention to is that actually on the Title 24 podcast clip that he had posted on his personal Instagram, there was pretty much nothing but Ricky hate other than one supportive Hayden Deegan comment. And I did draw your guys' attention to that in my video. And now if you go to that same post, the comments are completely turned off. It looks like he still has his comments on the rest of his posts, but that particular one, he went ahead and turned the comments off. And obviously it's his social media. He could do whatever he wants, but personally, I didn't really understand this choice. It doesn't really seem like it would actually help anything. Next, we have a couple of clips coming back up from the past with Travis Pastrana saying some things about Ricky, and then another one with Daniel Blair and Ricky going back and forth. Not as bad as Arlington. And then we have the really big one, which is Vital MX went ahead and released their question of the week. Very strategic timing on their part. They left Ricky Carmichael almost to the end of the video. And man, did he say some things that were not helpful.
Carmichael, I get along with him really well now, but like he wouldn't even let me test on the Suzuki test track. Like he might learn something. You know, he was kind of an asshole.
This week.
I would get a bad attitude if I had to be around you all the time too, so there's that.
You were smiling when you were with me.
That was a fake smile. If I'm smiling around you, it's a fake smile.
People how you want to be treated, you know, and just don't be an asshole. You know, it's pretty much, it's that easy. And, you know, you treat people how you want to be treated.
And whatever he does, you want to do the exact opposite.
And be kind, and you don't know what everyone's going through. And every day I wake up, I'm like, how can I be better than I was the day before? Are you going to have bad days? Of course. But on those bad days, when you get through it, you need to make up for that and, you know, apologize to people, you know, sometimes you gotta eat crow sometimes, man.
All right, now real quick, we're going to jump into a couple of polls that we did on the channel. First, we have, did Ricky hit the boat? And this was kind of a joke, guys. I was just trying to be lighthearted. It's pretty obvious that he didn't actually make contact, but I think it's pretty funny that 85% of you guys did say, yep, he hit the boat. And then we even have the comment here. The fact that RC berated Daniel Blair on live TV and all Daniel had to do to get the better of him was mention him hitting a boat is hilarious. Now the next one, a lot of you guys voted, and pretty much this one I was actually serious. I'm curious if you guys think that there's any chance Ricky would be forced out of the booth with all of this that's going on. And it is a lot closer than I expected. Personally, I really don't see it happening, but a lot of you guys think there's a chance. Obviously, I don't think Daniel's ever coming back. I don't think he would want to come back. I don't think you could pay him to come back. And I don't think Ricky's going to be leaving the booth, but it will be interesting to see exactly how this plays out. Whatever ends up happening, to be honest with you guys, this really sucks to see. I hate it for Daniel. I really hate it for the sport. A lot of people are really disappointed. And it feels like this whole thing could have been pretty easily avoided. There's always going to be conflicts whenever you're working with a lot of different people and different personalities. And I'm not saying that, you know, everyone's perfect. Nobody should ever think or expect somebody to be perfect. But I feel like a lot of this could have been resolved. I really hope that we hear something out of Ricky as far as some sort of response or his side of the story. One thing's for sure, the community is pretty much uniting together in their stance, and I haven't seen this much of an outrage over anything in motocross, at least in recent history, that comes to mind. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think is going to happen next, as well as what you would like to see happen next. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.